Hey, everybody. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
I hope everything is going good for you guys. I don't know about you guys, but it is hot here. And it's we got a little bit spoiled. You know, we went through I don't know, 7 or 10 days of mild weather. And it has returned with a vengeance.
Summer is back.
Yeah. Today,
Second summer.
Yeah. I've haven't spent as much time on the homestead as I would like to have. But I've been doing lots of work stuff. And, you know, you kind of, in this life, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know this, you kind of chase the weather a lot, you know, in that if it's really, really, really cold, you're trying to find indoor stuff, and it's really, really hot, you're trying to find indoor stuff, and
raining.
And then when it's nice or early in the morning, you're trying to be in the gardens or, you know, whatever it is. But we spend a lot of time chasing the weather, which is not something I realized moving into this life was that really the climate and the time of year and the schedule and all of that stuff was really going to dictate, you know, to us a lot what we did, you know, kind of on a day-to-day basis. But other than that, it's been good, right?
Yep.
And you know, we'll keep
them busy.
Keep it going. Yeah. So but first things first, let's get some hellos in. There's a few of you in here today already. So Helen was the first one in. Welcome in. Terminator, I hope everything's better with you. I did get your email today. I haven't had a chance to read it, but I will. Tambra Smith, hello. City Greens, welcome. City Greens says from the hot state of Texas. I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Right? Yep. Harry Kent Hampworth and the beautiful Paula are in the house tonight. Let's see here. They say that, are attending tonight after perusing a Alaskan Summit joint Putin-Trump presentation for planned actions. You know, something that I found pretty interesting about that. I didn't put it in the slide deck tonight, but Harry, one of the things that I found interesting was how different Trump is than Biden or Obama. Whether it's good or bad, I'll let you guys make up your mind. But, you know, when they were walking down that runway, you know, headed in, and the B-2 bombers are flying overhead, and the F-22s, like the best of what America has, a big military show. I thought it was pretty interesting because it was definitely different. The beautiful Louise Wesley is in the house. Good to see you. Jean Menke, welcome. Good evening. Hippocrates Garden, the instigator himself, is in the house. My buddy One Step Closer, good to see you. Let's see here. The greatest name on the internet is in the house tonight. Jane, welcome in. My friend Redneck, how are you? Hope all's good with you guys. Let's see here. Oh my goodness, royalty. Life with Mike and Jen are in the house. Now it's Jen. Good to see you, bud. You will not believe the elderberries bees got to deal with. Oh my goodness, Jen.
I'm trying a new thing called
dehydrating
on the vine.
Yeah.
I actually asked Silver Lining if that was such a thing. Can I dehydrate them on the vine? She goes, are they still out there? And I said, yes, they are.
Yeah, I hope none of you guys buy into any of that BS. Okay.
I'm trying this new thing. It's a new way to garden.
Don't buy it, guys. Just absolutely don't buy it. Nurse Wang, welcome in. Skanes girl, good to see you. See, Twyla Varn. Did I pronounce that right? I think I did.
Yeah.
Welcome in. Good to see you. Nidos, good to see you. I hope your guys' stuff is getting nearing completion. Let's see here. Great. Excuse me. Grateful Heart Ranch, welcome in. Easy, good to see you. Darren E. Jones, welcome in. Followed by Betsy De La Rosa. Bird's Eye View made it. Good to see you. I thought about you a lot today, actually. I was doing lots and lots of paperwork. And, you know, it's paperwork's one of those things, you know. It's like it's got to get done, but
yes.
Let's see here. Carrie Davis said, sweating to the oldies tonight.
Yeah.
Welcome in. Lisa, good to see you.
Oh, can you shut you have the window open?
Let's see here. What's Twyla saying? And the car part of it up might change soon. Probably will. Car part of it up. I don't understand. I must be slow tonight. Speaking of
unless you missed him.
I probably did. Speaking of elderberries, Silver Lining's in the house tonight. And oh my goodness, Silver Lining. If you think last year was a harvest,
I was telling him that we were talking about dehydrating them on the vine.
Yeah.
Or how I was dehydrating.
Yeah. All BS. Let's see here. Terminator says,
We're not ready yet.
we'll let you guys decide because I took pictures.
Oh no.
Tag, I'm hauling water. No rain well is low and losing my garden. Not enough water. Harvesting what I can. Yep. I watched your video that you sent me. And it's a shame. The good news is the garden's recoverable. So don't spend any of your time worrying about that. Just, fight as hard as you can to get out from, what you got underneath you. The king himself, Jeff, Juicy, Hefty, Lefty, Amazon, Mud Dauber, Slick, Phyllis is in the house tonight.
Phyllis.
Phyllis. Let's see here. Hey, Loco, what's up? Good to see ya. Good to see you. Yeah, one step closer says elderberry raisins. Thanks.
Well, she wanted me to take them off and dehydrate them in the dehydrator. And I was like, if I don't get to them,
yeah,
can I just take the little, dehydrated particles off the stems and use those? And she's like, I guess. But usually bugs are in them. And if you wait too long, then she says it's best to get them off.
Let's see here. Parrot-eyed Stanley's in the house. And for any of you guys out there who know Parrot-eyed Stanley, you know how absolutely appropriate the name Parrot-eyed Stanley is. It's every word matters and it's exact. Mario. Oh my goodness. My buddy Mario says, what do you mean? It's probably just Jen. No love. No, that's not what I meant. What I meant was when it's logged in with life with Mike and Jen, it's always Jen.
Not always.
Are you sensitive? You need a big hug? You need a big hug? Huh? Someone is being sensitive tonight. Kent, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Got one step closer, says, unfortunately, the world runs on paperwork. Yes, it does. Nito says, engineer finished the design and it has been submitted to the county for approval. No word yet. Ugh. I hope they just slap it and say, hey, these guys have been through enough.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and that's the end of it. Bessie, welcome in. Permatopia Farms. How is Miss Mandy Garrett? I hope everything is good on your front. Let's see here. No live is complete.
Without a pack rat.
Welcome in, Pack Rat. Let's see here. Gypsy wants to know, are the birds trained to pick them for you?
No.
Yeah, if you let them in there, they would.
I'm hoping not. I'm hoping that they're just getting the squash beetles that are in there.
Kelly Rexroad from, I hope I pronounced that right, said, good evening from the mountains of New Mexico. We've got some friends that live down there in New Mexico. But it is hot where you are. Mario says, thanks for the hug. And I feel better now. You should feel better, right? Anyway, so there have been lots going on our front. And one thing I want to talk to you guys about tonight is, the community has been spending a lot of time lately having these big, deep conversations. And there's been a lot of them that have gone on. But one in particular that I've spent a lot of time on is sustainability. And what does that word really mean? And how do you make sustainability, or how do you fulfill the perpetualness of sustainability? And it goes to lots of different things. And it's like, for all these years I spent, writing books and writing these kinds of things. And guys, I'm telling you, I have enough information. I could fill manuals that I've, written over the years or tried to understand over the years. And one of the things I learned through this journey is every time I think I got it, I'm missing a whole bunch. And, that topic of sustainability gets deeper because a lot of people think,
to it.
Oh my goodness. A lot of people think it's okay, hey, can we grow enough food? That's one tiny bit of it.
Well, that's what I thought of when you said that.
Yeah, but it's
food. That's where my mind first went.
What about emotional stability?
Didn't think about that.
What about energy stability?
Didn't think about that either.
What about sustainability from just life? How do we make sure this goes on beyond us? It's such a deep topic with so many different levels that I'm really trying to get my head wrapped around it the best that I can. But it continues to be a lot. And every day that I sit and look at my list, it gets bigger. And every day I notice something else that I didn't notice before. And guys, I'm going to tell you something. This is something I've been focusing on for a decade.
Yeah.
I know this topic. What you think?
It's turned to 3 pages.
No, it's a lot more than that.
Well,
right now I've got 3 pages of bullet points.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, there's a book there, but anyway, so it will be a lot of fun. But I would love to, hear from you guys. Do we talk about what sustainability means to you? If you were going to put sustainability into a sentence that would encompass all of it, right? Because there's a lot to it. What's spiritual sustainability? What does that mean? Right? I mean, it's just a super deep topic. Let me get back. I missed somebody. Hey, Stan Gunther, welcome in. Guache, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Matt, welcome in. Lazy Loper, good to see you as well. I hope you are keeping him under control. Probably not, but Skates Girl says you can go down a really deep hole when it comes to sustainability. Oh, 100% you can go down a deep hole. And it's vast. But here's the thing: is if you're going to try to reach it, how are you ever going to get there if you can't identify it? Mm-hmm. If you don't even know what you're chasing, right? And this is why I think it's just so important to really put a stake in the ground and say, this is how we will view it. Because again, I don't think there's necessarily one correct answer. Katie Garner, hello. Good to see you.
Well, what works for one doesn't necessarily work for another. So
but whether it works or not doesn't change. I mean, I don't think you can. I think sustainability is it being able to duplicate itself, right? Whatever it is, right? Where Mo, I got a really good friend named Mo, who's just one of the smartest people I know, and probably the guy that's pushed me the most in life. But he says that it's really simple. It's just when your outputs exceed your inputs, which is, but now take that to the scale of everything.
Right.
So where the output coming out from my emotional sustainability exceeds, the input. It's just, it's a,
right.
There's a lot
and then
to
the
that.
Food and then the water and then the
right.
put all the.
Hey, speaking of Mo, my buddy Mo's in here. Good to see you, bud. Did I say I didn't? Welcome in, Gregory. Good to see you. See here. Oh my God. Starla Dope, welcome to good to see you as well. Oh, here you go. Hippocrates Garden, for those of you guys who don't know, he's got a YouTube channel out there, really smart guy. And he's quite often got things to say that make you laugh, but behind all of that instigatorness, there is some smart stuff. We'll see which one we got tonight. Hippocrates says sustainability is like cruise control, same path, same energy, same speed, same everything, no degradation, no improvement, at least taking soil to improve. It is to repair, it is to regenerate. That's a big topic. It is big. Also says if a limb is cut off, if it were possible, sustain as is or regenerate. Goodness. The longer you think about it, the bigger
the hole gets.
Yep. And I spent a fair amount of time over the years thinking about it.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I've got, like I said, books. I mean,
it's pretty extensive already. So
yeah. I mean, there's books and books and books of it. But again, the more that I focus in on it, the more and more I think, man, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. And you're not going to make it go forever if you don't include X, Y, or Z.
If you don't think about it.
Right. Yeah, Mo says sustainability is one of the most butchered words in the English language. Yeah, I think it's one that carries the most different definitions, right? Hey, local prepper, what's going on? There's another good YouTube channel. Who missed it? I'll get to that one next. Local preppers here. Check out that channel. Make sure you tell him Tag sent you. I hope sustainability will not encompass more tech and AI as we go along. Mario just reminded me his first ever text was to me. Oh my goodness, that you just totally dated yourself, so you know.
She's right though.
She's absolutely right. Absolutely.
There's something like, hey, you got a phone.
Terminator says, to me, sustainability is me keeping going at the same pace at everything. This way I keep focused. Yeah, so energy sustainability, right? How do we sustain our energy? As we get older and older, we're going to have less and less energy to input, right? So one of the ways to be sustainable is to ensure that you create processes and systems to deal with the less amount of energy you'll have as you get older.
Yeah.
Right. And round and round we go.
But
hey, Juby Joe.
You see her chopping wood with that.
100%.
Hauling wood with the sleigh.
100%. but
bucketing water.
But as it is for me and it is for you, it is for the Terminator too. It won't get easy.
It won't get easier.
Right? I mean, that's just a fact. And so how do we create systems that fairly compensate for it not getting easier? Right?
Right.
Again, energy sustainability. What an interest. You could write a book on that topic all by itself. Let's see. Juby Joe says, I remember someone saying we may not be preparing for what is really coming, so we can only try. Well,
makes sense.
I think that's an interesting point, but I think I could counter argue that if you focus your energy on preparing for removing the stroke the system has over us, that we spend our time trying to get away from the system in every single place that we can, so that the battle lines or the front is minimized to those things that we have to use the system for, because I don't think you can completely exit it. I don't think. I think you have to find a way to, kind of bounce in it and bounce out of it. So if we do prepare for those things, here's another way to say it. If you prepared for the Great Depression, you're going to withstand most things. Right? That's going to get you a long way. So I think there are some things that we can look at and say, we can get close here, regardless of the outcome. Helen says, sustainability till when? If we're 80 years old, what do we do? Again, energy sustainability, right? How do you build processes and systems that at 80 you can take care of it, or it meets your needs? Or here's another thing. How about that by the time you get to 80, there's the next generation, the generation behind that coming up inside the community that you belong to, that is then taking on that role. So the way that we're managing having that less energy is that that has now been shifted to another generation. Right?
Right. That is perpetual.
That is perpetual. Yep. Let's see here. Gregory says, continuation of your perceived status quo. Pretty good answer. Let's see here. Scotchy says, this is why we got small sheep. As we get older, easier to deal with. I think that's another great example of sustainability, is thinking ahead. Hey, I'm going to get older. Yeah. And it's going to be harder, to be able to manage it. It's like when we build stuff here at the farm, I'm always thinking about, how do I make Bee's job easier? How do I put gates in a way that makes it easier? How do I make it to where in the morning, and she can just go open one gate and her cows can go to whatever paddock she wants them to go to? How do I create water storage? How do I create things that make it to where the job of feeding us, right, our food sustainability,
right, takes
less energy inputs? So the
more I can do by myself, the less I have to have help with.
Yep. Mary Michelle, welcome in. Juby Joe says flyovers. Well, I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that, but if you're talking about people in planes and drones and, all of that stuff, AI, which you guys, it's here. It is here. It's here. All of those kind of things. There's lots of things you can do, you can build, in order to deceive imagery. And there's a lot of things you can do if that's a big concern to you. Let's see here. Tag, I want to duck into my big swamp on my property. To duck? It's part of a water system that Brunswick from a lake to a river. Dig?
That run?
I want to duck. I don't know what that means. Help me out, Terminator. Say it another way where someone slow like me can understand. Yeah, Helen says like the Amish. Yeah, Kelly, but I agree 100%, says train them up young.
Yeah.
I don't think we can be sustainable if we don't really push hard on the youth. Right? If we don't really focus on getting younger all the time. And that's generationally younger. That doesn't mean that, me at my age, okay, so let's get some young kids around. Well, I'm talking about we need to have them at every age group. We need to have people in their 70s and 60s and 50s and 40s and 30s and 20s and 10s and 5s, right? We need to work on making sure every one of those generations are met, because as you work towards sustainability, those roles constantly change, allowing you to maintain that position of sustainability. Let's see here. I probably missed somebody here. Okay. Let's see here. Juby Joe says, I remember the short video you did with you and B and that big plane flew over you guys, I actually thought you knew him. Remember? Oh, yeah.
Wasn't that when we were at Jeff's?
Uh-huh. We have two friends of ours who are pilots. And I don't always know, but sometimes I figure it out pretty quick because they fly really low and they do circles, and it's them just saying hi to us. You know, one step closer says never stop learning new skills. No, it's hard, you know. I mean, I know you've got plenty of thoughts on sustainability, probably. Right? I mean, how many times we talked today about fruit laying on the floor, or tomatoes that need harvested, or elderberry that needs harvested, or those, oh, did I tell you those fields got to get mowed?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there's,
I can't get to it all. I'm overwhelmed. I have lists and there's like one thing crossed off of them. Like this week, I got like household stuff done. Nothing farm wise outside of like taking care of the dead chickens I found. Which is a whole nother thing.
That's not true. You watered all the animals. You fed all the animals.
Well, yes, those are like the typical things that have to get done. I didn't get to the garden. I didn't mow. I didn't weed eat. I took care of some stuff for you. I don't remember what it was though. I piled all that trash up from the solar
project.
Yes, the never-ending solar project. Yes. Yeah, that's not solved yet, but we're working on. I'm not working on it. Yeah, the guys are working on it.
Yeah, you know, one of the things I've often thought about is, you know, we here in this community, you know, we're really kind of based around a whole bunch of landowners, right? And you guys know this. We've talked about this a lot.
A lot of acreage.
Yeah, a lot of acreage, you know, and you know, spread kind of all over our county, and we're all these sovereign homesteads. We have our own work to do. We build our own stuff, do our own thing, all of that stuff, until somebody needs help, and then we jump in and we go help, and we build a barn or a house or fencing or harvesting or, you know, whatever it happens to be. But we've got more land now than we could ever farm. And so, you know, maybe we should start having more and more, you know, conversations with, you know, someone who lives in an apartment, because maybe that's some way to get some relief in, you know, some of these efforts. You know, someone that would split a harvest with you. They would say, hey, I'll come do it. I'll come plant and weed and all that stuff, and I get half the harvest or whatever it is. You know,
there's plenty of food up there.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, there you go. Perfectly said. B, do we need to have a mowing party?
Yeah. I need to figure out my back wheel on my mower. It doesn't turn. And so I parked it and went to the little mower, and he was like, just grease it. And I'm like, okay.
Okay.
So I was trying to go forward. I was trying to go backward. I was trying to like go forward and like turn my wheel to like get that back wheel till it's like cocked sideways, and then it just drags it, pushes it, and drags it. And so I'm trying to like go like I'm going forward and like turning left, turning right.
Okay, you need to give these people context. Right. You need to give them context. B's got a mower on the back of a tractor. It's got one wheel that wobbles back and forth as you turn, and hers is
back wheel.
Hers is pretty stiff.
It's stiff.
Which is why I said go put oil on it.
Put oil on the wheel. Put oil on the wheel. Okay. Like what oil and how? Just throw it on there. He's like, remove the cap. There was no cap. There was nothing that I could find that was removable that I would throw grease in. I'm like, I'll go use the mower. You know, the 42-incher. And then
I will go fix it for you.
I was like,
I'll make you a deal. If you start your tractor and you back it up to my shop, I'll fix it.
So push the wheel up there.
Yep. Push it into my shop.
Push. The wheel is stuck.
Then lift the deck. It's not that complicated. B, it's not that complicated. Lift the deck.
Yes. Well, if I'm not going to mow with it, then lifting the deck is fine. Yes. Hard to mow, lift the deck up.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, throw oil in it. Okay.
It's not that hard.
No, I just moved to the next mower.
Kelly said, I have lots of questions. are there areas for RVs? Yeah, we've had people who, on numerous occasions, who as they came out here to look to buy land or whatever it is, who lived at, one of the lakes over here that got RV parking, or we actually have a casino not far from us on the reservation that has long-term RV parking, and there's all kinds of stuff like that goes on.
There are all kinds of facilities.
Oh yeah, lots and lots and lots of stuff like that. Hey, Leela, welcome in, by the way. Let's see. Jimmy Joe says, grease what? I almost flipped after my baby zero turn ran up a bush in the back rack. Saved me. Yeah, no, this is on B's big tractor. Guys, I'm going to tell you, and you guys know this. I love my wife. She's my hero, my very, very, very best friend. But man, there are times that I just really got to wonder, how you come to the conclusions that you come to. There's a wheel, and on the wheel, there's a shaft that sticks straight up, and it sits inside of a sleeve. And that wheel turns like this.
Yeah.
If you put some oil in the top,
just like some WD-40,
anything will help.
No, because there's some oils that like get gunky, and there's some oils that like will attract more dust, and there's some oils that like you need white lithium grease, or you need like WD-40 is like not for that. I don't.
No, what would be best to put in it is like axle grease, which I have out there. If you back your tractor up into the shop, I will fix it.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is it would not hurt anything to spray some WD-40 on it or something on it to keep you going until you squared away. It's just not that big a deal.
Won't that gum it up before I get the appropriate stuff?
Kelly says, I'll fix it for you. A piece of cake. That's what I keep saying. Yeah.
So funny.
One step closer says she needs a grease gun tag. We have grease guns. It doesn't have a greaser. So what it has is it's just a rod. It sits up through a sleeve with a clip on it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
There's no bearings in it. There's no anything in it. It just needs to be greased. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. Gary says, how did Tag get so lucky?
Right.
Yeah. I've told you guys.
Same thing.
I love my wife. She's beautiful. She's smart. She's warm. She's kind. She's compassionate. She's fierce. She's loyal. She's all of those things. And there are just these times, Carrie, where she's a dingbat.
We all have those moments.
You guys want to see something funny? I won't even show you this. So she brings me up a glass of water. You guys see this? Looks really inviting. See that pink stuff down there? Let me show you.
It wasn't water.
So what she decided to do is she dropped a popsicle in my water. Cool it down. A popsicle.
It was strawberry flavored.
Goodness.
You're welcome. I thought it was a great idea.
Clearly.
And they were electrolytes.
Yeah. Skanes Girl says even Pam spray will work in it tight. 100%.
See?
Yeah.
I don't know about all that.
Half Bubble Off Plum says cordless grease gun. I've got a Milwaukee out there, but I don't have a greaser. Yeah. Dewey says, again, grease what?
The wheel.
Yeah. Clearly, grease what is rampant in this existence. It's just a wheel. It's just not complicated. You see, B, you're absolutely on the right track. WD-40 is to drive water out or break stuff free. Yes, but it would work in a bind. She's not going to hurt it by putting WD-40 down there, right?
Is it going to fix it for the day?
It'd be better to have axle grease, which that's what we will do. If you back up your tractor, bring it to the shop, and I'll pack it full of grease, okay?
Mm-hmm. That's all I was asking for in the first place. I don't think that's very hard.
B is fantastic, says Helen. David says, not so mechanical.
No.
I wish I was more mechanical, but I'm certainly glad I am more mechanical than she is.
I think he was talking about me, wasn't he?
Barry David says, keep it up, buckwheat. Yeah, I know. Tag, just do your husbandly duties. I told her I'd fix it. I'll fix it. Back up the tractor, with the mower, put it in the shop. I'll fix it.
Yeah.
No. Did it cool down? Jesus, welcome in. And yes, it did cool it down, by the way.
Yeah. For the win.
Yep. Gregor Kissel says soup can full of used oil, aim and dump. Right. Like oil, like
oil?
Yeah, which you like when you
dip it out of that.
Yeah, when you change oil out of a car. I have a IBC tote, a 375 gallon IBC tote, about a third full of used motor oil.
That's got to have all kinds of like particles.
It doesn't matter.
You're going to cause more trouble in the long run by sticking the wrong stuff in there. And then it's going to get all gunky and all like gross. And
Babe, it's not a turbine. It's a shaft on a 50-year-old mower. You are not going to hurt it.
Right.
You are not going to hurt it. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Juba Joe says, I understand non-ethanol gas, oil, but grease, what and where? Yeah. Wherever it doesn't move when it's supposed to move, Juba Joe. If you have something that's supposed to move and it doesn't move, a really good idea would be to grease it. And Terminator says, Tag, where's your chocolate milk? Right here. I got both. Look at this.
Yep.
Yeah. I usually have 2 drinks when we come up here because by the time we get through a 2-hour live, and I talk a lot, as you guys know. So.
And I was just asking for a little grease.
Yep. EZ, how are you? Says the same thing. I was wondering the same thing. Yep. Kelly says, Proverbs 31 woman, hats off to you for all your hard work. Yeah, she is a very hard worker. And anybody that hangs out with her says the same thing. Like, man, she's hard to keep up with. She is all of those things. And I love her. And she's smart. But there's just those moments.
But I just asked for a little help.
Jen says it already has an invisible bubble around it, so no weed or dust get in there. Well, it does. It doesn't have an invisible bubble. What's the invisible bubble? I can see the bubble. Hippocrates says, what gets the grease? The squeaky wheel.
Yep. That's right.
So what? Let me interpret here for Hippocrates, for you guys don't know. What he's saying is she is getting it greased.
Right. I think from now on, anything that I want that I'm not getting, I'll just bring it up on the Friday night live.
Right.
And then you all can help me if I need it.
The push tag along.
Right. I mean, that's how I got stairs in the chicken coop. It was like 2 years in, and somebody was like, why is she walking on blocks? And you're like, I'll make her stairs. And I was like, what are you doing? And he was like, I made you stairs. And I'm like, why? And he was like, somebody on the live said something. And I'm like, hey, thanks.
Yeah. Hey, Grateful Hearts Ranch says, what? No Alamite fittings tag, maybe teach her once and never have to again. I got your back, B.
That would probably help.
Mo says, as long as the strawberry popsicle doesn't end up in the chocolate milk. Oh, my goodness. Hey, look at that. The MJ from Wisconsin in the house. How are you? Jimmy Joe says, we may all need oiling. Yeah, let me see. Packrat says, he that tooteth not his own horn, or tooteth not his own horn, the self-shame shall not be tooted. And for the win, Cochran's wants to know when's the last time you made cinnamon rolls.
It's been a minute.
Or any kind of baked good.
I don't really bake in the summertime.
But you could.
Not really.
So then through her words, you guys have heard that I am neglected on baked goods. She just said she don't do it through the summer.
Not usually.
So you know right there that there's
he got watermelon. He got watermelon.
It's not pastries.
It was Lou grown watermelon. It's sitting right here. He's eating your watermelon, Lou.
I am. Look at that.
Fresh glow. Look, and they're cut into circles.
Yep. Yep. Oh, they don't grow like that? Those aren't just each individual little watermelons?
No.
Okay.
No, buddy.
Hey, my good friend Scott is in the house. What's up, buddy? Good to see you.
Buddy.
Yep. Oh my goodness, we're 34 minutes in. You want to? What do you got on your list?
Do you want me to? Do I need to turn off the air? Or are we still good? Well, I don't want to overdo it.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
We're at 92.
You're fine. Okay. What do you got on your list?
Well, I thought we were. Do you want me to do this?
Anything else? Yeah.
So my sister headed home. She is headed back to Phoenix. Didn't get to spend as much time with her as I wanted to because of other things, but she stayed with my other sister, so they did get to spend a lot of time together. I got to clean the house. It was nice. Did some laundry, wifely stuff. Helped a friend of mine, a teacher, move into her classroom. Well, not really move into her classroom. I just helped her like for an hour. Helped her move some things around. Because it's school time around these parts. School is in session. What else? That's about it.
That's about it on your front. You want to look at
That's about it.
You look at the pictures.
Because you got a picture of them.
Oh yeah, I got a lot. I got. We will never get to all the slides I have tonight. Let's see here. Jesus says baking in the summer is good until she passes out from the heat and you get nothing.
Yeah, except for a bill.
Okay, let me ask you something. Out of curiosity, how am I supposed to know where the line is where she will pass out if we don't at least get there once?
Although if I could have been using the solar oven, I could have been doing other things.
Okay, and here's the other thing.
It's been.
There's lots of mowing to do. There's lots of stuff, and her tractor has air conditioning.
Yeah,
she can just drive around.
I just haven't
listen to it. But
it's been either raining or there's just other things to do. So I had to iron so that you could wear your nice fancy pants.
Paradise Stanley said I need to start experimenting with my sun oven. Yeah, Bee rarely bakes, cooks in it from time to time. Like she makes lots of dog food in it. Probably what you use it for the most, right? Probably, yeah.
I cook eggs in it a lot.
Yeah. She actually has got this thing where she takes the eggs after the chicken has laid them and puts them in the original, like an egg carton, like an 18 egg or a 12 egg carton. And then she stacks cardboard,
not styrofoam,
cardboard. And then she stacks them inside the sun oven and lets them sit there and basically become hard-boiled eggs, which then she grinds all it up. And it turns.
I don't grind them up. I just give them to them.
You don't cut them up and break them up?
Well, they do that just fine.
Anyway, she feeds dogs with them.
And I've also broke them open into a foil pan and put that into the sun oven and cooked them like that. And they like that, also.
Yep. Squatchy says, tag, put mustard on the watermelon and let me know how it tastes. I can really only think of one thing mustard's good on, and that's a brat.
What do you put on? Do you put salt on your watermelon? Do you put cheese on it? What do you put on it?
Nothing.
You put something weird on something.
No, I'm not a big salt guy. I'm not a big pepper guy. I like things the way they are. I don't put anything on watermelon.
Do you put cheese on apples?
Oh, I love apples.
Yeah, that's the weird thing. Yeah. There's something weird.
Yeah, Jimmy Joe says, dang, circles tag. Yep. Put a thermometer in her mouth and monitor. We were talking about pushing you up to the up to the edge of passing out. And I'm like, how do I know where the line is if we don't experience it? And he said, put a thermometer in her mouth and monitor.
Wait.
Oh my goodness, that's so fun. I'd rather be in an air-conditioned tractor than baking in the summer, but as much as I love to cook, I'd rather be outside. Well, there's plenty of time after dark.
So what? Bake?
Ugh. Jimmy Joe says I love
up there in the dark.
I love mustard. I like it on brats. See here, Lazy Loper says I just feed our dogs raw everything. It's so easy. Yeah. You look at that. Lazy Loper says cheddar cheese on apples is yummy. It is. It absolutely is. All right. So I was walking outside, just doing my thing. And I'm actually going to get ready for the live. I wanted to take some pictures of just, kind of where the plants are and what's going on, and what we're harvesting and those kind of things. But I came across something very suspicious. I was trying to figure out what it is. And I was hoping maybe all you fine people here tonight could help me figure out what this picture is.
I know what that is. That's the rocks out front, right? Is that the rocks out front?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That wasn't my fault.
Matt says I went outside because my dog was barking intensely. She had a timber rattler coiled up by the log step on our porch.
Oh, wow.
You gotta love dogs, right?
Thank goodness.
Yeah, look at that. Someone thinks it's spray paint. Packrat thinks it's overspray from a project. And Sir Friends Welcome In says exhaust.
Exhaust.
Yep.
The truck is
Fire on gravel.
backfiring.
Where the fireworks were set? That's a good guess. Aerial shot. Oil leaked on gravel. Bigfoot.
It is a footprint.
Yeah, spray
It's
paint.
a toe.
No, so why don't you tell them, B, what this is, because you're the one that did it.
I know, but it was for your mom. I had to. She said she was like, I have these plant stands and I need them. They're so ugly. And I was like, what do you want me to do with them? And she's like, can you fix them? And I'm like, they're rusty. Why don't we throw them away? And she was like, I really want, and she went into this whole big thing about how she wanted to bring them inside so that she could put them on the table so she can elevate these plants. And I was like,
So
what do you want me to do with them, Ma?
so you went and got plant stands from my mother, took them into the
Sure.
middle of the driveway.
She already had them.
Okay, you got
I
them
just
from her,
spray painted them.
and you put them in the middle of the driveway and just spray painted. No,
I took-
nothing to put on the ground, nothing.
No,
to,
what was I supposed to do? It was just a
Cardboard?
rock. Oh, come on. These rocks are going to turn over as soon as somebody drives on them. And I got the spray
Yeah.
paint out of your shop. So I
Of course you
figured
did.
that it was like no
Oh, my
waste
goodness.
not, want not.
Yeah, Kelly,
And then I fixed
Kelly
her
for the
plant
win.
stands.
Spray paint on the gravel. Yeah,
Yeah. What was I supposed to put it?
grab a piece of cardboard, grab a box, grab something to spray paint it on.
Would you have done that?
Yes,
What's the problem? What's the matter?
it's weird to have just black spots.
Do you want me
in
to
the
go kick it
driveway.
around?
I want
Just
you.
like
yeah.
use the shovel and like move it around a little bit.
Yeah,
It's not going to be there for long.
yeah. Mo says alien crop circle. Yeah, but
Mhm.
something is definitely.
I didn't.
going
It
on.
was not my fault. I was roped into it. I had no options. I mean, I had options of where I did it.
Pack rat said rake it out. And Jesus says put it on grass the next time you mow. And Helen says it will fade away. So of course it will fade away. It's really not that big a deal. It doesn't hurt anything. Those rocks are just rocks, and they'll eventually get drove over. It's weird for me, and I don't
go out there and go. What
yeah,
happened?
it's just weird for me. Like I'd go to Sanford Row, and I'd
Just
find
like not in the middle of the
just
yard.
and find something, but just right in the front of the house, right in the driveway, right where everybody parks. Right, it's just odd to me. It's just odd to me. Hey, Tim, welcome in.
I was
Said
looking.
evening all. Does B not have anything to do? Needing to do some arts and crafts, painting rocks. That's what I'm saying.
Painting rocks.
You had time to do
Mhm.
plant stands, right? To paint, spray paint.
You can tell they were circle.
But you didn't have time to be in the gardens.
I got roped into this. I told you.
Cochran said, spray it with shout it out. It's icky, B. Tag, I got your back. Wait, I sound like a politician.
It's icky. It's not really gonna. I mean, really, nobody's gonna notice in a month.
Jen says, I had overspray on our new concrete patio from overspray from doing a plant stand. Oh, look, freaking twins. Now I know where she gets it from, Jen.
That's on the concrete patio. That's I didn't go to the concrete. I was way off into the road. I was nowhere by the house.
Louise says, B, I just got to Tag's shop and get some white paint and cover up.
I love you. That's actually a really good idea.
The truth is, I don't care. It's just odd. Right?
It's
Mario says, Tag equals Captain Nitpicker.
yeah, bigger. Look at all the grass growing in the driveway. You almost can't even see.
Packrat says, she was hot out. She got her done. She did.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did. Juby Joe says that Tag's hilarious and you should not have spray painted the car.
I should have spray painted it in your shop on the ground.
Oh, Mo says it's Black Rock taking over your land. Yep, Jen,
BlackRock moved in.
Yep, Jen says Miss Lou from the wind. Yep. And Gregory says at least it was not a body outline. That'd actually be funny. Let's see here. Design 2C says B, I get it. Oh, sorry, I put it up there. B, I get it. Take a cup of sand and throw over the evidence. of a fast done repair. Oh my goodness.
I probably could have just kicked the gravel around and you wouldn't have even noticed, but I didn't really think that there would be a big, like you would not have. I am surprised you even noticed that there was something in the driveway.
Here we go. Here we go. I don't know, what is it with tonight? Like all my buddies are totally rolling me tonight. Mario says, I think we should change the topic and talk about Tag's plumbing skills.
Yes. Let's do that. Let's talk about cutting things around things to get things in.
You guys are funny. Funny. All right. You have been working in pod 4 though, right?
I did a little bit.
Okay.
When it was raining.
Why don't you tell us what we got going on here?
I painted the black ceiling and the wall in this particular space. So ceiling is done. Back wall is done.
You know, this is upstairs. This is in her craft room, upstairs above our master bedroom.
Closet.
So, yeah, this is above the closet.
This is my closet.
It's above the closet, right?
Yeah, above the closet.
Yeah,
Jen. And this is half of the room.
Yeah, Jen says, I think Mario is on a hot one tonight. I think he's having hot flashes tonight. That's what I think. Hey, Indiana, how you doing, buddy? Says, looks like a good spot to grease a brush hog. It does. It does. You guys are just on it tonight, aren't you? Amy B says, so happy to see everyone tonight. Hello. Yep. Yeah, Matt says, built-in shelves are a nice touch. Oh, there we go. Juby Joe says, gorgeous. And Instigator says, wait, so there's black paint inside and on the gravel.
Oh,
see, the clues are lining up, aren't they? That is right. All right, moving along. That's the other side, the other half of that room. And then as you guys can see around that corner of the stairs, they go down into the master bedroom. Oops, that was in the wrong order. Wait, what am I doing? There we go. Okay. These are the stairs looking up at that room that we were just in. And again, we're closing in. And for those of you who don't know, I do have a tree in my bedroom, which is pretty cool. Oh, I'll go back to that one. So this is from the stairs looking into the master bedroom. She's been painting all of the walls, all of the ceiling. I've hung both ceiling fans. Just the paint, but it's dry now. But as soon as I get back in there, I'll put those lights all totally back in. The same room, just from the bottom of the stairs.
What the world? What are those spots on the ceiling?
I don't know. You painted them.
Yeah, that's supposed to be all the same color, but that's clearly like, is that dusty? What the world? You see that?
I do.
Great. Now I'm going to go have to check that out. I thought I was done with the ceilings.
You're the painter.
Maybe you just took a really bad picture. I hope it was your picture skills.
Maybe here, let's go with this. It was a smear on my camera lens.
Oh, though, thank God.
Yeah, right. Jen says it looks amazing. Mike says looking good. Amy B says inspirational. Let's see here. Juby Joe says, don't you just dream of your house to be in your sleep at B? What happened?
There's a wasp.
Well, step on it. I don't know how a wasp got in here. Oh my goodness.
It was crawling on my leg.
Grease it.
Give me the grease. Gun.
Anyway, we are closing in. One other slide I want to show you guys on this real quick here. This is B's closet. So she's working on getting the ceilings painted in there too.
Got it.
Yep.
Got it done.
So pretty quick here, that'll all be, you can't really see it very well, but it kind of goes around that corner, kind of to the right of the safe. There's a whole section in there that's closet too. You just can't see it from this picture, but yeah. Jesus says, wasp, it won't eat much.
I didn't want it to sting me then. I stepped on it.
Oh my goodness. This is some serious Friday night entertainment. I know B's on a roll, man, and then all you guys. And I'm just trying to keep up, right?
Yeah.
That's the deal.
That is the deal.
I guess I didn't show you that picture. Yep, that's looking back up at the stairs. Yep, in the tree. So we're very, very close.
That pine wall, we're gonna put a clear gray water-based
stain.
Stain?
Yeah, on that pine. Tag, if you slip on a WD-40 spot up there next week, you know it's your fault.
Yeah.
Well,
or if I just go put the tractor in the driveway and pour grease on it, and then he's like, "What's the grease in the driveway for?"
yeah. And Pack Rat, I'm going to tell you something. I already know it's my fault. I know it's my fault before it even starts. No matter what happens, it's my fault.
Oh, it's not dead. Look at that.
Just, babe, just kill it.
I tried.
Anyway, Grateful Heart Rant says, nice pew pew safe bee. Yep, that actually built a section in her closet where it slides in just perfectly. It's out because she's painting behind
The
it.
wall,
But yeah. Nito says, I'm impressed, bee. I would have been out of that chair. And see here, Jimmy Joe says, us females with our equipment and don't know about grease. Sometimes you just got to grease it. Yeah, anyway. Okay. Why don't you tell them what you're doing here, B?
Making butter.
Yeah.
Yep, I got the neighbor is gifting us milk, and about every 3 days I get another 3 gallons. And I go over there and she just gives me the entire, we just switch out the lids and then I take them home. And I collected a half a gallon of cream and I stuck the beater in the jar, and I tried it that way at first, and it was like, it just wouldn't go. It wouldn't turn to butter. So I put it in a metal bowl, and as soon as I did that and put the mixer on it, within 10 minutes, it was butter. But I did this in the jar for, oh man, at
30 minutes?
least 30 minutes.
Yeah. Well, and so now she's got a bunch of buttermilk left over and she's trying to figure out what to do with it. Her recommendation is pancakes. I think she should go
Buttermilk pancakes.
Harvest some elderberries, process those into syrup, make pancakes with your buttermilk, and that'd be wonderful.
No, with elderberry.
Elderberry syrup?
No. Elderberries are not. No, it's not. They're not. It's
You think that make a good pancake
I
syrup?
think that elderberry. I tried that last year. Elderberry syrup is for medicine. It is not for
Not true.
pouring it on your pancakes.
Yeah. Pack Rat says women's faults are many, but men's are only 2. Everything we say and everything we do. Yeah. Nito said, I've developed allergies to wasps. Grateful Heart says, not to scare you, but maybe check to make sure there isn't a nest under the desk just in case.
Oh.
That's a good idea. But except I sit up here all the time. This is my office. If there was a nest, I would know it.
Well, you don't ever see wasps up here? This was a weird thing.
Sometimes I have the windows open and they fly in. And that one probably just flew in and I didn't see it because I was been up here for hours. I mean, so
it leaves the window open.
Yeah, Pack Rat said if I did that, I'd end up busting the mason jar somehow. Yep, Jen says elderberry syrup is for medicine. One step closer said fried chicken, buttermilk is a great marinade. Medicinal pancakes, what's not to love? Oh, that's funny. Look, hey Zeus, picking on me too.
I love that.
Yeah, Mo for the win. Pancakes and syrup are medicine.
I could use a pancake.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Good old pancake.
I took this picture today, actually. This is from the back of my house. That is my backyard. As you can see, there's a lot of mowing to do, but
But I knew you were going to say.
There's a lot of mowing to do.
I got one strip down the dam and he goes, come on, it's time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, I was so close to getting another swipe down the dam. And he was like, no, time, call it. I said, all right, I'm done.
Mm.
And that's where it landed.
Instagram says, can you make a buttercream pie?
Butter.
Jen says, maybe you should make some strawberry syrup. Well, that'd be great if we had some strawberries.
Yes, the strawberry plants are crazy.
Yeah. Nurse Wang says, cakes and syrups are diabetes.
Diabetes. Chocolate milk.
You got to live along the way, too,
Popsicles.
Nurse Wang, right? Amy B says, I am healing at the hospital with elderberry syrup. The crud is running amok.
Mm.
Yep. Squatchy says, pancakes, sour cream, and boysenberries. We don't have boysenberries. So you can make sure I got this right. You can make sour cream out of buttermilk.
No,
I've never made sour cream.
I think no, not out of buttermilk.
Oh, okay. What he's saying is use the buttermilk to make the pancakes, and then use sour cream and boysenberries. Got it.
Boysenberry syrup, and he thinks that there's boysenberries, and that would be delightful.
Yep. Yep. Anyway, I thought you would enjoy the view. So much for Kansas being flat and boring and barren, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, all right, trucking along.
It needs to be mowed.
Amy B says, "Squatchy for the win." Kelly says, "Very beautiful place." It is. We worked very, very hard to try to create a place we don't want to vacation from. Oh, I love this. I love this. Jen says, "Sourdough discard pancakes with homemade syrup."
Oh yeah.
Yep, I'm in. I'm in. Yeah. So, guys, if you guys look at the pond, to the right of the pond, up in those trees, you can't see it from here. That's where the community building is over there. And you can pretty much drive all the way around my property. You can't see it, but I own all the way to the other road in that direction. So everything in this picture is on my land, which is pretty cool. All right. What are you doing?
Turn them out there.
Oh, okay. So that's a picture of my oldest son and his kids. And they came out this last week and did a little swimming in the pond, which was pretty cool. And then I thought I'd kind of run through some pictures of some of the animals. And on the right, that picture there, those are guineas that Bee had hatched. And they're so funny. You guys, those of you who watch live all the time, you'll know we had a guinea fly over the fence in the food forest, lay her eggs, hatch her babies, and raise those babies in the food forest. And she originally had 16 or 18.
I think it was 18.
She originally had 18, and how many you got today?
13.
And now she has 13. So that might seem like, oh my gosh, you lost a lot. But as I understand it, and we are not guinea experts, we've only raised them for 3 or 4 years now. But having that percentage of natural hatched guineas make it, I have a buddy next door that said usually you're only getting 3 to 10% to make it every year.
Yeah, they
usually end up with 1 or 2, and that's it. But she managed to keep 13 of them, and they're all, as you can see, they're kind of grown up now.
Our other guinea lost half of her clutch in one night.
Yeah.
She had 8 one night, and then the next morning she had 4.
The Conserve Friend says all that green foliage looks like the East Coast. It's beautiful here. You know, a lot of people don't think it is, but it is absolutely beautiful here. Let's see here. How many species of animals are in this picture? What do you think? Because you got
birds.
Turkey, they're all birds, right? But you have turkeys, chickens, guineas, geese, right? All in that one picture. So what we call paddock 1, where the birds pretty much hang out, there's part of it, it's all fenced. And there's part of it, I gave them a pretty heavy woods, and then I cut it up, as you guys can see. So there was no brush or anything underneath there. And they all go hang out in the sun. This is where they go. Because it's big canopy. It's 100% shaded under there. And so when it's hot, they go into this little wooded area. And I would recommend this for anybody who has animals, because the other thing that it does is it also prevents from aerial predators. And so it gives these animals a place to escape to when they see a hawk or they see anything, because they're very smart. Like, they sense it. You know, they'll take off running if they see them.
And they make certain noises too in there. And then if I have this is where I want to put the roosts for the turkeys in this area. Right now they roost on my fence, and then they poop where I want to walk. And so I'm hoping to move them out a little bit. What is that? 100 feet? What is that? No, probably 60 feet. What is that? From the turkey barn, from the fence where they're roosting now to this area.
Oh yeah, 50 feet.
Yeah.
It's not very far. Yeah. Yeah, Jimmy Joe says 5 different species. Nurse Wang says, just got my first run of meat turkeys, hoping they do well with the hens. You know, my experience, and again, we are no experts in turkeys. We've had them, 4 or 5 years. But my experience with the turkeys, they're pretty docile. They're pretty easy to get along with. They don't fight as much as the chickens do. They do fight, but
yeah.
But it's not.
I have a couple of turkey hens that are chasing the chicken rooster around. I'm not a fan of my chicken rooster. I want a new roo. I think I want to get rid of him and get a different Sussex Roo.
Well, you've got plenty of Sussex Roos out there.
Well, I know, but I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want a baby of that.
Him. Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I got it.
He's so mean. Not mean to me, but he's so rough. Yeah. So this is the silver. This bird right here I kept. I was getting rid of all the silver birds, and this one was black and silver, like, and all the way down her legs are even black and silver, like speckled, like her whole body.
What's her name?
I don't know.
You haven't named her?
No.
I mean, there's your Tom, right?
Yeah, he's Gary. Gary Gansett.
Yep. Gary Gansett.
Gary Narragansett.
Terminator says, hey, tag one of the walls we took down from the burnt house had a huge yellow jacket's nest in it, probably 300 to 500.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're no fun.
Yeah,
they're no fun. Loper has a ton of roos. Take a picture and we got to get it to you. Cool. Packrat says mean roosters get awarded the stew pot prize. Yeah,
he's not really mean to me. He's just
mean to
I have
girls.
girls that are missing their feathers, and I don't like that.
And it's not because she has too many roos. She has 2 roos, and how many hens are you supposed to?
No, I only have one rooster out. Everybody else is locked up.
Okay, so you only have one rooster.
I only have him. And then I was like, okay, well, maybe I will take him and put the other, because I have 2 Sussex roosters. But the other Sussex rooster, he looks nice and healthy, but he fights with the other roos that are in the cage next to him. And so I don't want that gene either. I want a nice, friendly, kind, gentle roo.
Yeah, I got a very important question for you. So Jen wants to know, how is Applehead chicken?
You can't find Applehead. Little Apple gone missing.
You want to tell the lovely people, in case anybody don't know the story, why it's Applehead chicken?
Yeah, I pegged it. I pegged her in the head with the apple on accident. And she got a big swollen eye. I think she passed, because I've had several birds pass this week from whatever reason.
It's hot.
And I think she was one of them, because I can't find her. And I didn't inspect.
So B was going to smash an apple, throw it on the ground and smash it for the birds to eat, which she does very regularly. That's not abnormal.
No, I use my heel now.
Yeah, but when she chucked it, it hit a chicken running and hit the chicken running in the head. And then it had a big growth on its face for a month, right?
For a while.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Lazy Loper says I'm having the same issue with my RIR Roo. Rhode Island Red. Yeah, you having the same issue in that you hit it in the head with an apple?
Or that he's being a little aggressive with your ladies and you just don't like it.
Yeah, Gary is gorgeous, says Jimmy Joe. Yep. Chances of death by a rooster are low, said Grateful Hearts Ranch, but they are never 0. Yeah, Gary wants to know if it's a trans rooster. I don't think that. It just, it's mean. More like a super alpha male rooster.
Yeah, he's in a hurry or something. And just...
So the rooster's in a hurry to do its job. It's awful mean to the chicks.
It pulls feathers.
What would you call that?
When he's in a hurry and he's trying to get off, and then he's got feathers in his mouth and he's got feathers on his arms or in his hands, and I'm like, you jerk. Good grief.
Jen says our neighbors have had a few lost chickens as well. Yeah. Do you plan on selling live birds? Selling butchered ones in Missouri is quite hard, even if the eggs are getting harder to sell. Not really. I mean, we don't
really have birds to sell.
We try to eat them and then, try to eat the eggs. And we're just trying to figure out how to be, as we started this conversation, trying to figure out how to be sustainable. And I know part of that is income. I get all of that. But in my life, I don't really need the income more than I need to figure out how to feed us.
Well, and we worked with another friend to help others get turkeys this year. So we hatched and gave away quite a few to help other people that we know be sustainable, which is what we're supposed to be doing.
And Jimmy Joe says, remember that video? Yeah, Packrat says the Ike Turner of roosters. Watch, said, I deal with a kung fu fighter Roo every day. He's going to be in stew soon.
Hit me again, Ike.
Yeah. Carrie says 50 Shades of Feathers.
Yeah.
How about Club Bro Rooster?
My girls are getting a little bare.
Lazy Loper says, actually, he's just a bit aggressive with the girls. Yeah. And Grape Large Ranch says, maybe show him some romance videos.
I don't have time for all that. If it's not natural,
Jimmy
he's got to go.
Joe says, dang, B, you had a witness and you felt so bad. Yeah, she did feel
I
bad.
did have a witness.
Hey, Rhonda Benefield, welcome in. Ginbotho, welcome in also. He says he's just passionate.
I don't know about all that.
He's a typical young male. That's
No,
what
he's a year old.
yeah, a pretty young guy.
He should know better. Because my previous Roo, my backyard bird, he was a good bird. Both of my Roos, my previous Roos were good.
Amy says, I call my Muscovy Drake a barnyard Lothario. Lothario? Hope I said that correctly. I don't know what that is. Just another one of these hens. Here's a picture of her food forest, kind of taken from the side. This is maybe 3/4 of it. You can see the fence in the back, but down the other side. And there is so much food out there.
You can even see how the grass there needs to be mowed.
Yeah.
It's all knee high.
Yeah, it is. What's that, baby?
Comfrey.
Yeah.
And grass seed where it should not be.
One Step Closer says he needs a middle-aged hen to show him the way.
I have several older girls.
Yeah. Yeah. What's that?
That looks like the hyssop.
Mm-hmm. That's a nice, big, beautiful plant. You can see the community building in the background. All right, this is at the bottom side of her food forest. What's that?
Is that the asparagus?
That's the asparagus.
That's asparagus.
Yeah. You were wanting it to go to seed, I'm assuming.
Well, it's beyond edible.
Yeah, you
at
think?
This point.
Yeah, you think?
So let's just use that as seed.
David said, shouldn't the cows eat the grass? Well, if you could pull that off, that would be great. But I'm going to tell you something. If you let your cows in your food forest, not only will they eat the grass, they'll eat everything else too.
Yeah.
So the food forest is off limits to the animals other than we allow the guineas to be in there. Because they don't seem to cause as much trouble as the chickens.
They don't listen.
And,
and I can't catch them.
You can scare them all out of there, right? Jen says a Lothario is a fictional Romeo type character. Got it.
Oh.
Yeah. David says, oops. Yeah. So that's why the food forest is all fenced, because I don't want the dogs in there laying in the beds. I don't want the cows in there eating them. I don't want any of the animals to go in there because we're trying to grow a food forest.
That's basically why we fenced it, to keep everybody out.
And there may come a time where the trees get big enough and things happen where we spend less time worrying about that. But as of today, that's the case. What's that, baby?
That's my sweet potatoes.
That's a sweet potato mound. Look at all those beautiful.
A little bit of grass in there.
Yeah.
But it looks like there's holes in there. Are there holes on that plant?
There is.
Oh, no. Did you look to see what kind of bugs were on them?
Oh, no.
Come on, man.
No, baby, I'm busy. Yep, I went around taking pictures so these fine folks could see what you've been up to, or the lack of what she's been up to.
Well, I haven't been up to this.
What about that?
I haven't been up to that either. But they don't look dry. They look good. They look black. They look ready. Mm-hmm. They look ready to harvest.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there's some
right.
elderberry.
Perfect.
Yep, you guys look in the background of that picture, you can see my house. Right, just a little bit right in that corner back there. You can see it. Pack Rat said they can eat the greens, the potatoes will be fine. Yeah, but there's a lot of other stuff in there. If we let cows in there, they'd be eating the grapes, they'd be eating, and they will. They'll be eating so much stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And Gregory says the guineas should eat many of the bugs. They do. That's kind of why we let them do that.
I kind of need some guineas in each garden though now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was kind of trying to talk B into let me put a guinea coop in the food forest. Like teach them that's home, make the fences tall.
They do scratch though.
They do a little bit, but not like a chicken.
But you're right. I did see, and they move a lot.
Yeah.
I did see a guinea up in one of the plants, and it was jumping to get to
The bug.
the bug.
Yeah, and I think again, if we were to put a small coop in the food forest and just raise guineas in there, you're going to have some scratching. You're not going to have what a chicken is, but they will really keep the pests.
I bet I can get little bannies too.
Yeah, you could do that too. Yeah, Jen says, wowza, it's going full Jumanji.
I know. I feel bad.
Yeah. Kelly wants to know, I know you are in Kansas, but whereabouts? Northeast. Tag said, save these pictures for January. We'll need them for our emotional sustainability. Yeah.
Yeah. Whose side are you on?
Yeah. Well, we could also need them for our physical sustainability because we get sick, right? Lisa says, holes in sweet potato leaves are fine. You just don't want a lot of holes in the roots. Design 2C says, elderberry is beautiful. It is. And Leela says, I think pack rot meant the bugs can eat the leaves on the sweet potato plants without hurting the potatoes. Oh, got it. Yeah, got it. Not bad at all. It's happy growing. Oh, yeah. And so you guys know this elderberry plant, she has 15 of these. They're full of elderberries. So she'll be picking gallons of elderberries.
I know.
Or she's going to try her on the vine dehydrating method, right?
It's 100 degrees outside. Like, if that don't dehydrate it, I don't know what will.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry. This is Homestead Club Med.
What is that supposed to mean? Club Med.
You mean to take a portable air conditioner with you? What does it have being 100 degrees have to do with anything?
Nothing. I'm just saying that instead of taking them and dehydrating them at the house for 100 degrees, I could just do that in the yard.
You think that's how that would work?
No, she said that the bugs are going to get to them, and I was like, damn.
That's what I would say too.
I don't know how to stop
Design
that.
2C says elderberry wine. We actually have a buddy of ours who likes to make one, and we actually gave them a bunch of honey in the previous time, and they made meat out of it, right?
Yes.
Is that correct? Yeah.
I have a gallon of it in the pantry.
Yeah, Jen says my sweet potato only needs about 3 feet of vine, and the plant will concentrate on tubers instead if you want it to.
Oh, so to trim them if you want.
Yeah.
These are beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
These are all marigolds inside the onion patch.
Yep.
There should be some cabbages in there with them. I don't see.
Gregory said that's a lot of elderberry syrup, dude. We have so much elderberry. We actually need to break it apart and take some out into the forest.
We
have so many of them.
Jen was here and she made the hibiscus tea, and she makes it in a half-gallon jar. And so she made some, and you guys drank some, and then she left. And I was like, she goes, oh, I left some tea in the fridge if you want to finish it off. And I was like, yes, I do. And so I grabbed it out and I made it for you. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And then I put the jar in the sink, and then I was doing something in the fridge, and I grabbed a jar. I'm like, what is this? And I opened it up and I smelled it, and I'm like, it's sweet. And I'm like, tasted it. I'm like, it's like plums. I have no idea what this is. And I sent Jen a message, and I'm like, did you make something else? And I took a picture of it, and she says, that does not look familiar. I did not do that. And I'm like, then what is this? What is this? What is this? And then cleaning out the rest of the refrigerator, there was another gallon of the same stuff in the back. It was elderberry from last year.
And it was sweet.
It was sweet.
It's
elderberry syrup.
If it's sweet, why can't you make pancake syrup out of it?
It's not the same thing. I'll let you taste it. It's not pancake syrup sweet.
Yeah. Packrat says folks have made simple solar dryers to face the sun. Oh yes, I've actually.
Oh, that would be nice. We should do that. Packrat. Good idea.
So sustainability as in a barrel of honey.
Yes. Sustainable.
Yeah. Juby Joe says, okay, Homestead Club Med. Ask me about that tag. Now it wouldn't be, it's not Homestead Club Med for me because I don't get baked goods during the summer.
I'm going to be like, eventually we're going to be like, it's elderberry time. Everybody come. Let's get together. You can take your elderberries home with you. Pick your own.
Juby Joe says you better oil our equipment, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, I'm on oiling equipment strike because I don't get baked goods. What do you have to say about that, Juby Joe?
I can't mow without the appropriate stuff.
I hate it when it
That's
warps
weird.
those pictures. What do you got there?
That's my tobacco.
Yep.
And those leaves are huge.
Yep. And that's ceremonial tobacco that she's growing for the seed.
So white calf buffalo seed woman? No.
Jen says, I'll bring Joe Salatin's Homestead project book and Tad can be on vacation making a big solar dehydrator. So, Jen, here's the thing. Bee's got one. And it's not 100% done. I've been tinkering with it here and there for a year in my shop when I have time to do it. And but I'm pretty close. I got the doors to build. I got the whole thing built, except I got doors to build and the stand for it to sit on to build.
Well, you even put the poles in the yard because I'm mowing around them.
Juby Joe says, kiss my grits. Yeah. What do you got? Look at that. Those are pretty, huh?
Oh, look how big they're getting. Oh,
Yeah.
no. That's weird. Are they growing through the fence? Some of them?
Oh, yeah.
I need
Probably.
to push that out of there.
Backrat says, poor Tag, malnourished, just like a Civil War soldier plodding through the Pennsylvania winter. In the snow, uphill, both ways, barefoot.
Yeah.
Nurse Wang says, what are you doing with the tobacco? I have some, but not sure what my plans are. So Bee grows it mainly for seed, but also it's a good dewormer you can use for the animals. She feeds it to her animals, what's left over, but she's growing it for seed, right?
Yeah. So what happened was the seeds got wet and I was forced to plant it if I wanted to have anything from it. And this particular plant that I got these seeds from overwintered all by itself. So I was like, God wants me to plant this stuff. So I did.
So Mo wants to know, I'm gonna go back to that picture. If you high five the tobacco, does it make it grow better?
I was just looking to see how big the leaves were. Moses.
Yep, birdhouse gourds. This is something I'm very opposed to growing. If I had my way, we would never grow these. But
Yeah.
hey,
He doesn't like eating them.
we don't eat them. There's no purpose for them.
They're birdhouse gourds.
Are you really going to make 700 birdhouses?
They're for birds.
You
Yes.
can't get to your elderberries and you're going to make 700 birdhouses.
That's my intent.
Okay.
There's not 700 there.
Okay.
Let's see how many we get. I do need to push that one up out of there, though.
Yep. Jen says, woohoo, creating a land race tobacco. That's right. Yep. And this is your fourth year growing it? Is that right? Third or fourth year?
Kind of. I don't know.
One of them. Look at those beautiful
Oh,
ones.
those are zinnias. They're all different. Those are the Buffalo Seed Company.
Juby says, absolutely beautiful. Jesus says, I have seeds for bushel gourds just in case. Sounds like a fantastic kids activity for a gathering.
Oh, it does. Tag. See? Poo-poo with your attitude.
Did you guys see that look? Like she finally has a legitimate answer.
I have a legitimate answer, buddy. No, my intent was to just make all these birdhouses and stick them around the property and see if they would eat the mosquitoes. Because those mosquitoes are, some of them are bigger than a penny.
What kind of pepper's that? And I never found your green peppers. I know you have them growing somewhere.
Wax peppers.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're closer to the east side.
Mm. There's jalapenos. Is that what those are?
I don't know. They look kind of pointy at the end, don't they?
I don't know. Look at those tomatoes.
Those are, see how
Lisa's-
those are all the little like,
Mhm.
they're like oblong, but they're like,
Those are Amish paste, though, aren't they?
no, those are not. The Amish paste are on this
Oh, okay.
row. These
Donate
are,
the birdhouses to Midwest Preparedness Festival. Grateful Heart Ranch says, careful Tag. Those gourds are like squash. You might try to figure out how to feed them to you for months. Ugh.
he's
no,
so happy that
I will rebel.
the butternut squash got eaten by the
Thank you. Birdhouse and
Squash
canteen
bugs.
gourds are going bananas, as well as loofahs and butternut. Did you grow loofah this year?
I had some out there. I'm
Okay.
hoping that
The cattle panel arches have already collapsed in a storm once. I've never
They
had any.
collapsed?
I've never had any collapse.
Like they inverted themselves?
Yeah, Juby Joe, we love having fun with you too. We do. I like the back and forth. You guys give it to me, just know I'll give it right back.
And I need help giving it to him. He's a handful. I need help, people. I am not, he says. He says, why are you eating these black tomatoes? Like, because they're supposed to be red on the bottom, not green. They're not ripe, buddy. Yeah, those are Cherokee black Cherokee. Purple
Jen
Cherokee.
says, I need some new loofah. We'll trade some strawberry syrup for some. Be up in October. Done. And what now? When you want loofah seeds? You want the already dried loofah? What
I hope you come up early October.
Joe says, I'm going to be nicer now because I'm on my vibration plate. I don't even know what that is. Sounds fun. I keep trying to click on Mo's up there. Let's see here. I have Jala Fuago peppers. All of them are green, but one is red. Ever seen that?
No.
Let's see here. Backrad says he's a full-time job, Humby.
Yes.
And wants to know if those are Cherokee purple tomatoes.
Yes, they're Cherokee purple. That's what I meant.
Yeah. They slumped sideways, had to rope them up and use the mower to pull them upright. Bigger T-posts.
Oh.
Yeah, we just drive T-posts and pin them down in there, and they've done great for us. Already dried and ready to use, please. I think we already have a bunch of that. Don't we have a bunch of loofahs left over? They're still sitting there from before?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think we got a whole bunch. Looks like the Queen of Night tomatoes. No, those are Cherokee purples. Jen, I have plenty to spare from prior years if you want some. Yeah. Lymphatic system is assuming why she has the vibrating plate.
Vibrating plate.
Be my guess. Oh man, we got to get trucking. We got there.
Those are turmerics.
Yep, more turmeric. See, and they're growing nicely.
Those are in the greenhouse. I'm a little behind.
Well, what else would you do with them?
Put them in the yard.
But don't you have to pull them in the winter?
Yes.
Yeah, so you might as well just leave them in the greenhouse.
Yeah, but they need more room. I need to put them in like the pots or something. I could do that. I could put them in the pots and then prolong it and then just pull them up because I think Jen did say do not leave them in the yard. They'll turn to mush.
Yeah, David said those look like black beauties, not Cherokee purples.
Oh, they might be. I need to go look. Thank you, Dana Green. I'm going to take a note. Well, I don't know where you took the picture from, but I'm pretty sure that.
Because you planted black beauties too?
Yes.
Oh, Black Betty. Rambo.
I took a note though.
Oh my goodness. Right. Got strawberries that are still coming on, but no, Jen, we do not have enough to make strawberry syrup. In fact, that's the only
one.
That's the only red one. Yeah. Hush. Pockerty says, so a bigger greenhouse? No. No, I'm retired. Here's some dill. Look at those beautiful caterpillars. Oh, sorry, I thought I had 2 pictures of them.
Yeah, there was like 5 on there.
Yeah. I think they're beautiful. What do you think?
Those are the swallowtail.
Yep. Hey, guys, this time of year is haying year. That is that field got hayed yesterday. And this is what you feed your animals through the winter, the cows at least.
I love the look of that.
Yeah, look at the bales. Isn't that beautiful?
Cleanly, freshly mowed. The bales are laying on top.
Yep. So when you guys would have seen a picture of my house, when I took a picture in the back and it overlooked the pond, this is looking the other way from the same, almost the same spot. Now, obviously, over the house, you had to go on the other side of it, but
yeah, this
is pretty much looking due west when the picture I showed you the pond is looking due east from where my house is. MEB says, will the turmeric make enough roots before the frost? This is our first year growing it. So I bought bee. I'm notorious for doing this. Every time I see something that's odd that we don't grow here, I get some for bee and let her try to learn to grow. But it does not like cold weather. So we're going to take it in and maybe put it inside. Some of them inside. I don't know. I don't know how we're going to do it. Above my pay grade. I think we answered that. Gregory. Yeah, it does not like the cold. Let's see here. Judy Joseph had a rotator cuff issue for months and couldn't raise my right arm above my shoulder and bent over and placed my arms on a vibrating plate and got full motion. Oh, cool.
Wow.
Yeah. Are you going to plant garlic this fall? You have a bunch of garlic already in, don't you?
Yeah, they're little garlics though.
Yeah, she's got a whole swell of garlic out there.
Little garlic.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to plant any more or not. I thought you had some big garlic bulbs. Yes, you do. Around those fruit trees. I pulled one up and you're like, look, there's like a big old ball.
Oh, okay. So those are garlic, but I just planted those. I don't know how big they are. How big was it? It wasn't.
It was a ball, like a baseball.
Baseball.
Yeah, it was a pretty good size.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you guys know that if you take the cream off milk and you mix it, it makes butter?
Yeah. You sure are bossy. You know a lot of things.
I know a lot of things. Amy says it always looks like a kind farmer has left his hay rolls out to graze. Yeah, it's beautiful. I love that look. Yeah. Is there mare's tail in that field? Not that I'm aware of, but absolutely could be. Anyway, I just think it's pretty. I think it's pretty to look at. I'm going to skip that one. So let's tell you what's going on with the solar system. This is where it sits today. I had a big issue. So we got the whole thing hooked up. We were getting started into commissioning it, just getting it all online and all of those kind of things. When we learned one of the inverters was not performing the way it should, and it's a brand new inverter. And I've never had this problem before. So I picked up the phone. I called the manufacturer. They jumped right on it. I have a new inverter being shipped to me. It's already in the mail somewhere. So this project is on hold until the new inverter. And you guys can see the cover that I have off of it. What's weird about it is it's getting power. I can test it's getting power, but it just will not turn on. It just, for whatever reason, it just won't do it. So they're sending me a brand new one. And I'll be sending this one back, but my solar project is on a standstill until it arrives. But again, it's already shipped. So hopefully it'll be here within the next couple of days. We'll take that inverter off the wall. We'll install the new inverter, begin the process all over again, and hopefully get it up and running.
Yeah, right now it looks like a big old mess.
Yeah, it does, but it'll look beautiful when I'm done. That's just everything laying there as we're testing everything. Right now, the house is running on the community building power. So I don't have a house system right now because I'm on a standstill waiting for the next inverter. But we're going to make it a priority as soon as it gets in there, right?
I hope so.
But how you've liked using the community building power, right?
Yes, I actually have more power now than I did with the other system.
It's bigger,
even though I'm sharing with the community.
Yeah,
but it's I still am babying the system. I'm still looking at it all the time. Like right now, I'm using 783 watts, and I'm only bringing in 46 watts.
It's because the sun's going down.
Yeah, but still, I'm looking at it. That's what I'm looking at. When you see me looking at it, that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, it's funny.
I'm at 91%.
How many times a day do you look at it?
I was at 95% when we started this.
What are you at right now?
91.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of usage. The air conditioner was on.
Dude, she's an energy Nazi. Just so you know. This is
a new system. It charges like in 3 hours. It's charged. And I'm not used to that. I'm used to it taking all day long to charge the batteries. So, and it was kind of cloudy the other day. I'm like, there's no way we're not even going to bring in a full battery. And it charged within like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Well,
babe, the problem is I can explain it to you, but I can't make you understand it.
I know.
And so at the end of the day, just something you're going to have to learn, but we're good to go. I'll get the new system up and running. And now we go from having 38 kilowatt hours to having 108 kilowatt hours.
Well, yeah.
You're going to have, it's a whole new level for
half
us.
And then half.
Yeah, absolutely. So it'll be a good thing. Let's see here. Jen says that is wonderful. Yeah, it's good. Kelly says, what is the best way to get the most pertinent details about your community? Well, to email me. That's the first thing. And then usually what I like to do, Kelly, is set up a video call, and I'm happy to answer any questions. There's a lot of stuff I won't put online. There's a lot of details I won't talk about online. Happy to on a phone call on some of that stuff for sure. Because again, the community is much bigger than me. I am my voice. I have my opinions, but the community has their own opinions, and everybody's a little bit different. And, we don't always view everything exactly the same way. So, but I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to do a video call. You're welcome to email me if one of the moderators will put my email address in the chat, I'll make sure I post it up there on the screen, and or you can get it just directly out of the chat. Look at that. Look how fast that is. Boom.
She had it already copied.
Right there. Yep. Oh, yeah. All right. Gregory says, how many solar panels do you have to power your system? So I have 28 at the house, and I have 16 at the community building.
Right now we're using the 16 at the community building.
Yeah. What's that?
Right now we're using the 16 at the community building.
Yeah, the 28 that I have at the house aren't doing anything right now because I'm waiting on the other inverter to hook it all back up.
Right.
But soon we'll go from 16 panels to 28 panels up here at the house, and the community building can go back to being the community building. Amy B says, what is a good resource to ask solar questions, websites, etc.? It depends on what the questions are. You know, you can go to the Grid Down website if you want. There's all kinds of calculators and stuff on there that you could put in, you know, what your appliances are or what you're looking for, and it will spit out all kinds of calculations. Instigator, who's on the chat tonight, is a really good resource for that. Joe from American Roots, Indiana Mike. There's a lot of people out there who really understand it really, really well. And I know any of them would be more than happy, you know, to visit with you, as I would be. You know, Amy, you can email me direct. I know you got all my contact information. You can call me, email me, text message, whatever, and I'd be happy to answer any of those questions as well. Grumpy says, and some of us are extremely grumpy. You know what's so funny about that? It's like Grumpy. Everybody knows Grumpy is grumpy. I call him G. I don't call him Grumpy, but G really ain't that grumpy. I've always found that funny. Oh, yeah. Jen says .com. Yeah, so it's tag and B at lifedonefree.com. Yeah. Yeah. Jen says, forgot that part. Yeah. I will never call unless it's dire straits and I really want to talk to B. You guys should call B all the time. It's good for her. You know, maybe someone can, you know, snap her out of her shenanigans. What do you think about that?
I don't have no shenanigans.
Okay, let's keep trucking. Don't forget, you guys, on October 4th to 5th, I'll be speaking at the Self-Reliance Festival in Camden, Tennessee. I'm going to be giving a talk about what freedom actually looks like and how we exit the system. I'm looking forward to this a lot. Hope to see you guys there. Next, I'm going on November 15th and 16th. I'll be speaking at Crunchy Mama Farms. So I believe the talk that I'm going to give there is just to kind of tell the whole story, how we got where we're at and what the future plans are for us.
Talking on 15th or 16th?
I don't know. They haven't told me yet. I have no idea. Amy B says, feisty women are never boring. No, but they are feisty. Right. Then I also want to remind you guys that we've been raising money for the Terminator, and for you guys who aren't caught up to it, the Canadian government came in, are going to make them tear down their cabins, are going to make them go through a whole bunch of costs, aren't going to be allowed to live on their land that they've been on forever. They're having a whole bunch of hard time right now. And so we, I had nothing to do with it. Some of the other members of the community built a GoFundMe page, and it's been contributed. This is a very old picture. I think they've raised over $2,000 already. I don't know. I didn't look at it. This is an old picture from 3 lives ago. But if anybody can do it, I'd really encourage you to go to GoFundMe.com at My Crooked Little Homestead. And if you can help, please help. It's Terminator's been part of this community a long, long time. And so we'll do our best, right? Let me see here. Nurse Wing says, what was at SRF last year? Great experience. Wish I could make it this year. I'd love to see you. I think.
You weren't there last year, were you?
No, I haven't spoke there in almost 2 years now. This will be my 5th time speaking there, but I have not been there in a couple of years. So Kelly says, will they be live broadcasted? They are. Now, let me rephrase. Self-Reliance Festival is live broadcasted. I'm not sure what Crunchy Mama Farms does, because this will be my first time there. They are super great people who we have grown to love. I love their kids. They've come up here a few times. I'm very looking forward to going down there, but I just don't really know what their setup is yet or any of that kind of stuff. But you can go to crunchymamafarms.com and maybe able to find some information there. There is the link again for Terminator in our homestead. If we can help, put it up there again.
I think it was Crunchy Mama Farms. I think it was Kelly's cherries that we made the cherry ice cream with for the Joel event. When Silver Lining did the cherry ice cream,
so good.
I think she used Kelly's cherries that she gifted us in a jar.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Excellent. Gregory says, will there be anyone at Midwest Preparedness to talk about solar panels? I have no idea. Gregory, I have nothing to do with the Midwest Parents Project anymore. I hang out sometimes. I go say hi to people and that, but I don't know what goes on from a day-to-day basis. I don't have anything to do with it anymore. So I don't know. I have no idea. I think if you go to their Facebook page, I think they've got the class list out already, or the dates out already for the fall festival, I think, but I'm not really sure. All right. So let's talk about something else that was pretty cool. So I have been a long time lurker of the intentional communities. Yes. And the intentional communities, the IC.org and the intentional communities Facebook page. And I've never really commented much, little comments here and there, but I never really did because it's just, they're very different communities than what we are here in a lot of ways. And kind of shame on me though. I want to tell you that up front, but and I'm like, I'm probably going to take a bunch of heat. So I've anyway been a long time lurker. After enough time, I decided I'm going to put a post out there about our community and see if we can get into a conversation. And so my post, and I said I'm very reluctant to post here mainly because of the very different than the communities normally discussed here. So I just basically told them a little bit about our community. And really, it was more about how we as a community are way more focused on the rights of the individual, not the rights of the collective. We do this completely on purpose. It's 100% intentional, because if the individual is protected, the community will be strong. That's just the way we view it. Doesn't make anybody else's way wrong or right. I don't care about all that. I'm not even going to get into that. But it's the way we do things here. When most of the communities at the intentional communities site, they're way more based around the cooperative or the collective. Anyway, so I put this post out. And it's funny, nowhere in my post did I say anything about MAGA. So, what I did talk about in there was that we have in one, and I'll read it, quote, our community is diverse. We have hippies and soldiers and liberals and conservatives is the statement this person's referring to. But Tyler came back on. He said, I would never join a group that allows MAGA. It is counterintuitive to the goals. Just wait and see. Cosmo asked me if we allowed Black people. That comment was funny to me.
Oh, wow.
I mean, there's nothing that I would have said anywhere in my festival or anywhere in my description that would describe this. Spring wanted to know, so you're libertarian, not judging, just checking. Kasha said, as I see it, you are just describing social anarchy about perfectly. And this one was really fun for me because I responded to Kasha. I said, is cooperative security or perpetual sustainability the reason you feel this way? To which she replied, all of it. So it's interesting, right? Social anarchy's, doing for yourself. But we specifically talk about our goals are cooperative security and perpetual sustainability, which neither one of those are anarchy. But anyway, she apparently didn't get my point, but it was fun. But I will tell you guys something. I had an absolutely great experience because yes, there was some of these comments like this, but the vast majority of the people that I talked to in there were inquisitive and curious and accepting and decent people. Lots of people said things to me like, this is exactly what, and I'm actually quoting one right here. Katie said, this is exactly what we were looking for. I've been reluctant to post much also for the same reasons you outlined. Where can I find more information? Another person said, hallelujah, love this. This is how society can flourish, free from the shackles of the governments that are hell-bent on our very existence. Very powerful, very tangible. I hope to speak with anyone that are looking to fulfill their own bucket lists. The conduit for change is imminent. It was just absolutely beautiful. And I can tell you guys that there were many, many comments of this nature. And
there were 5 shares. It says on there.
Yeah,
somebody shared it.
Yeah, 344 likes, 178 comments, and 5 shares.
I wonder where it was shared.
Yeah,
on somebody's page. They share them on their own page.
Yeah, they're sharing them on their own page, correct. But I'm going to tell you something, guys. I learned a very valuable lesson. Here, real quick, let me put this link up here. There's Crunchy Mama Farms link if someone wants to check it out. So I learned a big lesson here, and I want to tell you guys that shame on me because I went into this really thinking that I was going to get hammered about. Because, guys, at the end of the day, I'm a former soldier. I'm militant. I'm not a free-loving hippie. I'm just not. I have great friends who are. You guys know Callie, great friend of mine. I would consider her a free-loving hippie, and I love her. She's a warrior. She's my hero, and I don't mind the differences in people, but that's just not me. I just not. And so I thought I'd take a lot of heat, but I didn't. And lots of really, really, really great people. And I was shocked, and I needed to do better and not just assume, because I did assume, and that's what kept me from posting, which I could have done a long, long time ago. Like I said, I've been on there for a little while. Let's see here. Just love to you being tagged. Noticed I didn't use a capital for your name, buddy. Much respect and love for this project. That you guys are absolutely awesome to me. Nobody can pull this off unless it's you. Wow, talk about pressure. I don't even know that we can pull it off, but we are absolutely going to give it hell. Right. Let's see here. Anybody whose first comment is about their reasons for division rather than joining like-minded people need to find a different group. Anyway, 100%. And I wasn't even really going so much on a recruiting thing as I was. I love to learn. And, it's crazy. The things that I believe today are very different than what I believed. Even in some cases, we're going to talk about homelessness tonight. My view on homelessness has changed a lot over the last 5 years as I have understood more and more and more. And again, we'll get into that, but I love to learn. I love to have the conversations. I just think it's absolutely great. I was shocked that there was, 5 or 6 comments that were just people just being stupid and, or bitchy or whatever it was. But the vast majority were curiosity, not endorsement, but curiosity. And that's wonderful. And this is how, guys, we reach across aisles. Right. This is how we do it. The government, the systems, they want us separated. They want us believing left versus right, homosexuality versus heterosexuality. They want us believing all of these, crazy things, because as long as we're separated, we're not fighting them. We're fighting each other. This is safety for them. And they know this. Mm-hmm. So this is purposeful divide. The fact of the matter, I can get along with anybody if they're respectful. If someone isn't going to take away my rights, I don't give a shit what they do. Love who you want, marry who you want, be who you want, preach what you want, worship, don't worship. I really don't give a shit, to be honest with you. Don't take away my rights. Don't push it on me. And I don't really care,
take away somebody else's.
Yeah. I don't care. And so this was a great experience for me. And I think I grew a little bit on it because I went in it with a preconceived notion that I should not have had. Yeah. And this on me, on nobody else but me. But this is definitely something that I can grow from. And I've started a couple relationships here. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they blossom.
Well, and this isn't necessarily, you're not like recruiting, like, hey, come and move here. You're saying that this is how we do it. And other people are like, oh, hey, this makes sense.
Yeah.
I could kind of get along with some of this stuff instead of, like going and living on somebody, buying a big piece of collective land and going and having 300 people move to this collected land where you're all going to work it and live on this one piece together. And that works for some people. And some people it doesn't. Yes. And if those people that it doesn't work need a different way of doing it, here's a way that we have tried to work it, and maybe that would work for somebody else.
Well,
So it's just another option.
My original goal, babe, was really to get into a conversation with other intentional communities. Even though I don't consider ourselves an intentional community, you guys know this. I consider ourselves an intentional neighborhood, and I make a big distinction between those two. But what I was hoping to do is get into some conversations about how do those other communities handle things like conflict resolution.
Right.
How do they deal with harvest or whatever it is, right? How do they deal with sustainability? And so I like to learn. I'm a lifelong learner. And but I got a lot out of it. It was a great experience. I have no negatives to say about it. It was more than I had expected. And
I didn't know you even did that. I didn't know you.
I know you didn't.
Wrote that on there, and then it was like we have the same login, I guess.
Yeah,
or we can both log into.
Yeah, you just don't.
Life Done Free. No, not usually.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of messages going on. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, hey, somebody just said blah blah blah, and he was like, yeah, and I was like, what about what, or what's that about? And then he was like, oh. And then I think you were on the phone and you were like, just a minute. And then another one came up and I'm like, hey, and I realized what he had typed he had put that message out. And then I was like, welcome to the party, Bethany.
It was a really good experience for me. And again, there's a lot of their points I don't agree with. But here's the cool news is that I'm smart enough and I don't know everything. And at the end of the day, I think it makes us all smarter to hear the other side. And I think there's a moral to that story. You can be friends with anybody. We don't have to vilify someone who, is on the left, because there's many people who are, for example, who then move. We don't need to vilify people who are on the right, who figure out that this two-party loyalty BS has got to go. I mean, there are ways we can do it in a way that encourages, discussion and discourse and those kinds of things in a respectful manner. And I think ultimately that's how we unite as a people. And I'm all for it. And like I said, I learned a lot, and it was just really, really cool. Yeah, let's see here. Jen says, and if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. Yeah. Super well said. Jimmy Joe says, I will repeat myself. When I seen that plane fly over, I just knew you knew him. Yeah. Yeah. Jen says, and if the house, I think we did 2 of those. Is it the same one? Yeah. Sorry. You should take a road trip to Dancing Rabbit. You get to see another way that has worked for decades and different thinking. Yeah, I've actually, you probably don't know this about me. I pretty much watch every video they put out amongst a lot of other intentional communities, because again, I like the inner workings of how it all goes. And there's some things that I've noticed about pretty much all of them that I'm really not much fond of, but I would love to go visit and go up there. And actually, I'd like to go up. Me and Bee been talking about making another trip to Jamesport anyway. And so we want to get over on that side of the country anyway, but I think it would be probably good for us to just experience it, because I'm sure there's a lot you see there that you don't see.
Oh, right. Just like here.
Yeah.
People see things when they come here that they don't see on video.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. You just can't ever get it all, But again, I think this is a good lesson to remind me, and I think hopefully I can help remind all of you guys that we're one people. And at the end of the day, it's okay if someone believes different than you. They believe the way they believe because of the influence and the programming or whatever's gone on in the course of their life. That they are where they are in their journey. And if we ridicule them at the place that they are, they're never going to grow. All they're going to do is rebel from you for certain. And then which means now that journey is being taught by somebody else. And so we can do better. I can do better. And I'm going to do better on this. And because again, I went into it totally with a preconceived notion, which I should have. And it ought to be pretty good, Grateful Heart Ranch said, I think some folks group self-sufficiency into an anarchist group. And it's so crazy when you talk about self-sufficiency in an anarchist group. I agree with you, but I'm going to tell you guys something. You cannot be self-sufficient. You cannot be sustainable with you and your wife, or you and your partner and 2 kids. You cannot do it. I'm sorry, you can't. You cannot. There's no way to get to enough of it. The only way you're going to reach sustainability is to yoke up and find community. You will not do it any other way. I'm telling you, you will not. I live this life every day. Me and B are in our 5th year of 100% off grid. We're in our 5th year of doing this. And I'm telling you, there's not enough hours in the day. There just isn't.
There isn't.
No matter how hard you work. I mean, what you plant, how many animals, there's so many unexpected. There's so many obstacles. You have to have community.
That was actually my closing. My closing was impossible alone.
Okay, good. We'll just hold that.
Impossible.
Because we're at an hour and 47 minutes. So you can reiterate that.
You were just, you're saying the same thing though. You're absolutely right. There's
just, you ain't doing it. And I'm sorry, but you're not. And anybody can say whatever they want. Oh yeah, we can do it. No, you can't. I'm telling you, there's just no way.
Oh, we don't need much. Okay. Yeah. You still, there's things that you can't make. There's things that you can't
not
get
just that, the amount of food somebody eats over the course of a year.
That's true.
You don't have a salt mine. And if you do, you don't have a dairy. And if you do, you don't have whatever. Alone, you cannot get there. You just cannot get there. I'm telling you.
What about like the Little House on the Prairie? They lived like that.
No, they didn't, babe. They relied on their neighbors for a cow. They relied on their neighbors to come harvest. True. They relied on a trading post to go get salt and sugar. How many times did Caroline?
We would trade with our friends for the salt and the sugar.
You need those friends.
You can't get it from Walmart, is what you're saying.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You have to have a friend that has the salt.
That's right. And
you have to have a friend that has.
So like in our life, we get all of our milk from another homestead. Right. Yep. But because
bread and
because they spend so much time on the dairy side with their cows, they don't have time to garden. How are they going to be sufficient? They need us to help them there.
Right. And they got
or beef or whatever it is. We have another great family who we love, who bakes all of our bread. We don't buy bread at all. Yeah. Right. But because they spend so much time baking bread for the community, they're only going to be able to deal with so much of their own gardening, livestock raising, whatever. So you have to find enough people that you can create that sustainability loop.
Yeah.
And then you've got to find those circles in generations, because you got to be able to hand off that sustainability when you become less sustainable yourself.
Right. Or when somebody has a baby and they are no longer doing that for a few months, or when
whatever it is, you cannot reach this goal of sustainability if you don't yoke up and build community, whether it's intentional community, intentional neighborhoods, just a family, a generational thing, a city, a town, whatever it is. You have to have other people. You will not, I promise you, reach it any other way. You cannot,
because you can't grow your own beef and your own wheat
and your own honey, right, and your own
milk.
Yeah, right. And you're not going to make salt. You're mining for salt, or you're trading for salt. Yeah. We don't grow sugar in this climate.
No, but you can have honey.
But you can have honey, right?
But you still can't get salt.
Right. Juby Joe says, "Oh my God, loved this awesome live, and in some way hope it stays silent and we keep this treasure." Well, they pushed my channel down a lot. I don't think they like the message, so keep it secret. I think we got a good shot at, bud.
Yeah, that's true.
Packrat says they went to Olson's store, sold eggs there.
Yeah.
Right. Endured Nelly. Right.
Yeah.
They weren't an island. They were not an island. They had the store, but remember also Mr. Edwards, who would come over and help put up a barn or track down a cow, or when the girls got caught in the snowstorm, Pa didn't go out there on his own.
Yeah.
They had a village, they had the church, they had all of those people who came to their aid. Right.
That's true.
Scott says you need a miso mic. Indiana, Mike, Jeff, and Lou need the entire community.
You need a Mario. You need a Mario.
Oh, everybody needs a Mario, even though he was sensitive tonight. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, and I think he's actually talking about My Doll Mike.
Oh.
India.
You need a My Doll Mike, Mario Mike, and Indiana Mike.
Yeah, guys, with a community, I promise you we can accomplish amazing things. And as we get better and better and better at it, we will get to where we have our own economy. Now, it won't be a complete economy, because we got to be able to bounce in and out of the system, because there are things we'll just need. But we can get better and better and better at it. And that, in turn, will help us reach sustainability if we focus on it becoming generational. Right?
Yes.
Jen said Mrs. Ingalls made mock apple pie from squash. Just saying. Oh. If I would have read this comment before putting it up on the screen, Jen, I wouldn't have read the comment. Just no community makes steel, microchips, diesel fuel, tires. There's always an interface with the world. I agree. Sustainability looks like the 40s and 50s. Well, closer and closer to the 40s and 50s, right? Closer and closer. Let me see. Even the mountain men had rendezvous. Right. Great point. Right. The mountain men who lived on themselves, they would tan all of their hides, and they would collect all of that. And certain times of the year, they'd come down in the valley and they'd trade off their hides for their supplies to put on their mule to hike all the way back up to some cabin they had in some, place. Right.
That's true.
Mario says, stop picking on me, tag. I'm menstruating. Well, if anybody was talented enough to pull that off as a male, it would be you.
Yeah.
That's a compliment.
He is talented.
Yeah, right. Right. And having fun doing it, says Jen. Amen. Oops. I just closed out the comments. We don't do that, do we? All right. Remember when you launching that Homestead app and we got alerts for days? You were so on it. I laughed and so glad it wasn't my problem. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
Everything's work. Even this community right here wouldn't happen without internet companies. 100%. 100%. And ultimately, being sustainable also means, to your point here, Hippocrates, is that we link up with communities in the states next to us, and then in the states next to that, and the states next to that. Because the more and more you do that, the further and further you can isolate your economy. Again, as to Mo's point, you're never going to get out of it, because you're still going to need salt and diesel fuel and steel and whatever, right? But apart from your solar system, right? You don't make solar panels, right? So, but ultimately, I think we can get very, very close. Let's see here. Gregory says there's always something undone that breaks down or that gets deep into your pocket. Help from family and communities a must. Couldn't say it better. Scott said, you're talking about things. I think the most important thing is the people. You need spiritual, emotional, and physical strength. of those around you. Yeah. And I could word that, Scott, as spiritual, emotional, and physical sustainability. Right. And the only way you're getting there is through people. Right. And although, we as, we left as pirates, because we're all kind of pirates, as we left the modern world of this, perceived safety that never really was, and exchanged it for, this gigantic unknown, at least we did it for us, even though it still is an unknown, and, we willingly do that. But I'm telling you, you're not an island, and you're getting older every day, B had a picture the other day when we started this 5 years ago. My beard was brown. Wasn't gray at all.
Like, what the heck? That was a fast age, buddy.
Yeah. Who was the one person consistent in my life that whole time? I wonder if they had anything to do with it.
Is the
Community in the 40s was encouraged with clubs, garden clubs, 4-H clubs, Kiwanis, etc., plus teams, baseball, picnics, quilting, fairs, and so on. That's right. Because you build trust and you build camaraderie, right? And you build teamwork, and you make sure that when you're in need, who's coming? These are all critical parts, but I promise you again, you can't be sustainable without community. They had community. It was like that here when I was a kid. Families got together and helped each other. Yeah, what we're creating here is nothing new. This model's been created over and over and over again forever. All we're doing is going back to it. That's all we're doing.
Right.
We're going back to a time when community mattered. Right?
Right.
That's all we're doing. And I think with it, we'll be able to win. And I think with it, we'll be able to make good ground. But we need more people. We need more people involved. We need more people at the county commissioner's office and the school board meetings. Right. We need more people growing their own food.
Because that's it. They listen to you 100%. When you come in numbers.
100%.
You show up by yourself and they're like, who are you?
Yeah. We need that. We need to take over counties, and then we need to take over, regions, and continue to do it. And so we can create this great place called home. But again, you're not going to do it alone. You're only going to do it. With community. People. The only way.
With numbers.
Amy B says, I'm a pirate. Yes, Amy, you are a pirate. You made my night. I can pretend the chicken on my shoulder is a parrot. Come on, do me a favor. Put the chicken on your shoulder, wink one eye, and send me a picture. Seriously. It'll make the next live, I can promise you. Yeah, Packrat says, but with internet. 100%. So I think the technology is an interesting thing here. Mo and I have talked about this a million times, leveraging technology to make it where it's not so hard, because you can use technology as a force multiplier, which again extends your level of energy and extends your ability to do it for a longer period of time. And I think we can also leverage some of that. So let's go build, everybody. Let's go build Little House on the Prairie with the internet. B, any party words? Let's get out of here.
I like we're going backwards. I like that, when community mattered and when people let bygones be bygones, and you didn't have to, I was just going to go somewhere I shouldn't have. Doing to others, really,
Yeah, I think, guys, time is short for us. And I think the grip of society is getting tighter and tighter and tighter. We're seeing it happen with what's going on with Terminator right now. Do you guys know that the majority of homeless people today are because of kids who age out of foster care?
Really? They're all youngins?
How is that their fault? Please tell me. They had no say. They were brought into this world and, handed an iPad. They weren't led by their mothers or their fathers. They were put in those situations. How is that their fault? You guys seen all the stories about Trump, moving all the homeless out of Washington, D.C. And I understand there's many homeless people out there who should just go get a job. I totally agree. But there may be more to this. I'm not going to have time to go deep into this tonight because I'm already at an hour and 58 minutes. But, we have to learn how to see beyond the divide and the labels. I promise you guys that grip's going to come for all of us. It's coming for you and it's coming for me. And I hope that we've done enough that when it does get here, it affects us minimally. It doesn't make us homeless. That grip's already come for some people.
Yeah.
People who rebelled from the system or whatever, I will never look at someone. I now look at people holding that cardboard sign very different than I ever used to, because the system isn't fair. Right? They consider upper middle class today, meaning that you make $70,000 a year, and at $70,000 a year, it's not enough to pay for the average rent in this country. Is that their fault? Who did that? I can tell you who did that. It's in endless money printing, right? Did you know if you invested $100 in the S&P 500 in 1920, it'd be worth $16,000 today? That's what they claim. But what if you took that equation and you took it all the way down to an inflation-adjusted number, right? What would it really be? It would be $4,000. But they're selling you the $16,000 dream. I love you guys. Have a good night. We're going to get out of here, and I'll see you guys in a week.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.